Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Kimia Andrew and I'm the pattern tutor. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create your contour guidelines. Now with the contour guide, you're trying to fit around the bust as well as take away gaping when you cut through your pattern and create designs. What I'll be showing you are guides, so understand that when you make these designs, you have to twirl them at first, you have to sample them, then fit it to the body that you're working with so that if there's any extra gaping or excess, you'll be able to take that out, apply it to your pattern before you can now go on to making your sample. Let's get into it.
So I'm going to start by tracing out my block. This is my front bodice block. I'm going to trace it out before I begin to mark my guidelines. Next, I'm going to mark my bust radius. Now, to get my bust radius, I can do it in a couple of ways. First is to mark from my shoulder neck point with my tape to my empire length, that's the under bust position. So from shoulder neck point down there, whatever measurement I have from the bust point to that position becomes my bust radius. So I have 8.5 cm, so I'm going to use that. Another way of doing that is to just subtract your shoulder to bust point measurement, subtract your bust point measurement, shoulder to bust point measurement from your empire length. That would also still give you the same measurement. So you could do either of this. Next, I'm going to use my compass to just draw a really nice circle. I prefer using the compass because it's faster and it saves me more time. Now my bust radius is going to serve as the contact point for most of my contour guide measurements. Now let's begin. So we're going to start with the first contour guide mark. This is a cutout neck guide mark. So anytime you're going to cut out into your neck beyond what you already have there is when you're going to use this. So you're going to divide your neckline into two. Then that midpoint you're going to connect with a straight line to your bust point. So the bust point straight up to the mid neckline. Now on the bust radius that we've drawn, you're going to measure 0.5 cm from that line, and then you connect it back to the bust point and then back to the mid neckline. That little amount that we've created, almost like a dart, that dart is the gaping that we would take care of when we cut out into our necklines. The next contour guide mark is the armhole contour guide mark. So from the shoulder tip, you would connect with a straight line down to the bust point. Then on the bust radius circle, you're going to measure 1.3 cm, which is 0.5 inches for those that are using inches. You measure 1.3 cm towards the center front on the bust radius. Connect that back to the bust point again, and then to the shoulder bust point. So this dart space that we've created, that's the gaping that you take care of when you're making necklines like halter necklines, or you're cutting into the shoulder, into the armhole, just making the armhole a bit closer to the center front. Anytime you're doing anything that involves you cutting into the shoulder or cutting to the armhole, you would have to involve this. You would have to involve this contour guide mark number 2. Now number 3 is also on the armhole. So 2/3 way through the armhole, you would draw a line that you connect back to the bust point, and then you would measure 0.5 cm and connect also back to the armhole. So this you would take care of along with 2. So 2 and 3 would work together if you're making necklines like halter necklines and anything that needs to like cut into the shoulder as well as the armhole, or if you're trying to make sleeveless outfits, you would also involve this. Number 4 contour guide is our under bust suppression. So usually when you want to have like a little more fitting under a bust, you would involve this. So for this situation, I'm using a total of 2 cm, so 1 cm on each side of my dart legs. I'm going to mark and connect that from the bust radius to the bust point and back to our dart legs at the waistline. So this extra suppression at the dart gives us that fit that we want under our bust, and this is number 4 contour guideline. Number 5 contour guide mark is at the center front bust line. So this is when you have necklines that are a bit plunging, or you're doing sweetheart necklines, anything that would come into the bust. Wrap necklines as well, just necklines that would show a little bit more cleavage. Basically, that's what you use this for. So the 2 cm that you have, you would place on either side of the square line that you've done to the center front, and then this dart suppression is what you're going to take care of when you want to make those necklines. So contour guide number 6 is the contour guide mark that takes care of strapless garments. So number 6 is a combination of 1, 2, and 3. So you combine all of these 3, add them together. So 1, 0.5 cm, 2, 1.3 cm, 3, 0.5 cm would give you 2.3 cm. So I would divide 2.3 into 2, giving me 1.1 something. I think I'll just round that up to 1.2. So 1.2 on each side of my shoulder dart legs. That's what I'm going to use as my number 6. So I had forgotten to do this, so that's why I'm making it this way, so that you would understand it, and then we can now continue with. So yeah, that's number 6. Number 7 contour guide mark is on the side seam. So this is basically us taking out the ease that we've added to our garments, our block initially. So 1 cm, and you connect that to your waistline. So this takes care of the ease. This you would use when you're making more fitted garments or strapless fitted tops. That works for that. Then number 8 is a shoulder contour guide mark. So this usually, once you cut into your neckline, you have to take care of this, because you will notice that sometimes when you make like dresses, blouses, and tops, the neckline keeps falling off, and it's because you did not take care of this number 8. And number 8 is 0.5 cm downwards from the shoulder, mid shoulder downwards. And that's it. These are the 8 points for the contour guide map on the front bodies. Now for the back, I'm also going to start by tracing out my back block and also drawing out all the markings. So for the back, I'm still going to repeat my number 7 and my number 8. So 7 is on the side seam, that's 1 cm from the underarm point, and then I'll connect it to my waistline to take out that ease from the bust. And then number 8 is the 0.5 cm from the mid shoulder downwards, so 0.5 cm downwards, and then you connect back to the shoulder tip as well as the shoulder neck point. So that's number 8 and number 7 repeated on the back, same as the front. Next is number 9. So once you have like a cutout back neckline, you're doing a strapless garment, you're going to have to involve this contour guide mark. So you're extending your center, your mid dart leg all the way to the back width line, and then you would connect back down to the waistline. So this is basically just making your dart much longer, extending it to the back width line. That is number 9. Now the final contour is the back shaping. So on the waistline, you would mark 1.5 cm, which takes out the ease from the waistline, and on the neckline you would mark 1 cm. This will also take care of gaping on the neckline. So you will now connect the 1 cm on the neckline to the 1.5 on the waistline. This we have actually done with our basic bodies, but just for the waist. So you would have to include the 1 cm for the neckline. So these are contour guidelines. I will definitely make a video to show you how you can apply this to the various necklines, but for now, if you haven't really understood this, you can go through Helen Armstrong textbook and she would have like a more detailed information with regards to this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Drop your comments in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Make sure you tag me if you've tried this out. Tag me at the pattern tutor on Instagram. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.